Welcome back to Christian News and Views, episode 148. Today is Wednesday, and we're looking at Canada, actually, Canada, the United States, and the subject is the Golden Dome. It's sort of, think of it in terms of Israel with their Iron Dome. And here we're talking about a Golden Dome, and there are some practical things that need to be looked at. And we're going to take a look at this now, and it's just take a look and see how whether this is something that really is going to happen. Is Canada interested in things of this nature? So here's the article. The Canadian government said it is in talks with the United States over joining its proposed Golden Dome missile defense system aimed at countering next-generation aerial threats. Prime Minister Mark Carney's office said there are active discussions between Canada and the U.S. on security, including on existing and new programs like the Golden Dome. U.S. President Donald Trump unveiled the plan for the new missile defense system earlier on Tuesday, announcing an initial sum of $25 billion. And in Canadian, I guess that would be $18.7 billion to build it. He added Canada has expressed interest in joining. Now, there are doubts from experts on how the U.S. would deliver a comprehensive system, and it is unclear how Canada would participate or how much it would pay. Canada's openness to joining the proposed Golden Dome system comes amid ongoing trade and security negotiations between the two countries, after Trump threatened to steep tariffs on Canada and said it would be better off as a U.S. state. This galvanized a wave of national patriotism in Canada that ushered in a historic election win for Carney's Liberal government. Canadians gave the Prime Minister a strong mandate to negotiate a comprehensive new security and economic relationship with the United States, said Audrey Champoy, a spokesperson for Carney. To that end, the Prime Minister and his ministers are having wide-ranging and constructive discussions with their American counterparts, she said. These discussions include strengthening NORAD and related initiatives such as the Golden Dome. But Ms. Champoy, I'm not sure about the pronunciation there. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing here. She added it is too early to say what Canada might pay into the program or how it would work for the country. Earlier on Tuesday, Trump said that Canada has expressed interest in being part of the Golden Dome. We'll be talking to them, the U.S. president said. They want to have protection also. So as usual, we help Canada. Trump said that the new Golden Dome defense missile program would be operational by the end of his time in office, and it would come with a price tag of $175 billion. He added that his administration is looking for Canada to pay their fair share. Canada and the United States already partner on the North American Aerospace Defense Command, also known as NORAD, a system that is responsible for aerospace and maritime surveillance, warning, and defense of the region that can detect and shoot down cruise missiles. NORAD has been in place since 1958, and both countries in recent years have been engaged in discussions to modernize it. Trump said that the proposed Golden Dome is meant to target increasingly sophisticated aerial weapons and will include space-based sensors and interceptors. He said the system would be capable even of intercepting missiles launched from the other side of the world or launched from space. It is partly inspired by Israel's Iron Dome, which the country has used to intercept rockets and missiles since 2011. Experts have expressed doubts on whether the U.S. will be able to build a similarly comprehensive defense system, given its longer or larger landmass. Wow. Shashank Joshi, defense editor at The Economist, told the BBC that one way the Golden Dome could work was by using thousands of satellites to spot and track missiles and then use interceptors in orbit to fire at the missiles as they take off and take them out. He said the U.S. military would take the plan seriously, but it was unrealistic to think it would be completed during Trump's term, and the huge cost would suck up a large chunk of the U.S. defense budget. The Congressional Budget Office has estimated the eventual price tag could be $542 billion over 20 years on the space-based parts of the system alone. So that's quite an expensive and quite a imaginative approach. One thing, as I give my opinion here, I don't have it written down in my notes, but it just occurred to me as I'm reading it just now. Why not use what we already have and convert them into a basic system that can be upgraded as you go along? Instead of trying to develop the whole system at one time, which that's where that 20 years comes in, I'm sure. Why not do some practical steps? Start out with a basic and then add to that and then add to that and so forth. Every year have a stage, or maybe every 2 or 3 years have a stage in which you want to go through. That I think can be accomplished rather fast. Well, here's my notes though, my opinion on this. The concept of the Golden Dome seems practical, although given government's historic lapse of cost controls, let alone time factors. It is doubtful that it could be completed during Trump's tenure as president. Again, that's if you take the whole concept together. But if you break it down to phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, something like that, I can see that the initial parts of this could be done during Trump's tenure. And that's what I would, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a creator of that kind of ideas. But it does seem to me that when you break things down into stages, you shorten time frame overall for bringing it online. It just won't be the tremendous thing that they're seeing at the end. It will be stage 1. It'll have certain effects, certain protective features, and then phase 2 and so forth. And I think that there's enough brains in this country that can bring something of that nature rather quickly. We certainly have the technology to do a lot. So I think it will require much more cooperation between government and industry while maintaining a stricter oversight of the endeavor. If anyone can achieve this would be President Trump. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that the historic aspect of this is when you look back over our country, modern history, there's another thing called foot dragging. People come up with these plans, these fantastic plans, and then they fizzle because no one got around to doing it. But there are times in which, when they have cooperated together, things have happened. I don't know if you remember this or not, but there was a time when President Reagan talked about a missile defense thing. And there's some things that have happened since then that has made that more practical. Some things are obviously in place even now, and they can build on that. Why not, instead of trying to rebuild it and create something brand new, take what we have and expand it, direct it, maybe repurpose some of it, whatever it takes to get that basic structure in place quickly. And then But see, again, it comes down to that history. It's one thing to have the man on the top with the vision. It's another thing when you get down to the people down in the bottom to do it honestly, correctly, and speedily. Given the right direction, the right leadership, which we have right now, we could see this get off to a good start. And that's going to be where the key is, getting off to a good start. So anyhow, I hopefully you've enjoyed this channel. Right, right about here. Let's see. Yeah, right about there. Is you have an opportunity to subscribe to this channel. And by the way, it's TR Independent Books. And if you like it, I encourage you to subscribe. And when you do, I do all my power to inform you, encourage you, and inspire you. I try to give you the kind of information that you can use. First of all, there's the news itself separated from opinion. And then I give you my opinion, which are not necessarily yours. You're free to disagree, as long as you're civil. If you're going to disagree with me, that's fine. Tell me why, and be civil about it, and I'll be civil back. And maybe we'll come up with something even both of us have never even considered before. Who knows? So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and that you will, like I said, subscribe, follow me as well. That's another thing you can do, is follow me. And when you do, you get to see these videos, get to be a part of the whole scheme of things, if you will. That's it for today, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.